I absolutely love this topic. It's the topic of self-concept. If you don't know me, my name's Lauren. I talk about spirituality, self-development, all that good stuff, energy. Now, let's talk about self-concept. So self-concept is how you view yourself. And why is self-concept important? Self-concept is important because self-concept is what you believe about yourself, the truths about yourself. And your self-concept will only let you go to those ends. What does that mean? Similar to the theory of like a glass ceiling. Say you never saw yourself as someone who makes over $100,000. Because you see yourself like that, you will never make over $100,000. And if you do, you will sabotage yourself back down to making under $100,000. Now, that's just an example. Another example, someone who has a crush on someone, a long-time crush on someone, or desires someone, or has a partner who constantly pulls away. Somewhere inside of you, you do not identify as someone who is chosen, who is worthy of having a healthy partnership, or someone who's like obsessed with them. So you will always get that result. Like your universe and your reality will always demonstrate to you what you believe about yourself. So look around at your life. This is what you believe about yourself. What you look like, your relationships, your bank account. These are previously programmed, societally impressed, family impressed, things that have been placed on your subconscious mind, experiences from the past. That's a good one. A lot of people like to do reference experiences for how the rest of their life has to go. But really, if we can examine self-concept, we can change all that. So, we can manifest all you want, and that's great, but you really have to see yourself and work on alongside of your manifestation as being that person who has that thing. Now, there are loopholes here. There's kind of like, the law of assumption. So the law of assumption states like what you assume to be true is your truth. So if you want a different outer reality, you have to become that person who matches the environment that you desire. What does that look like? So for me, I've lost 20 pounds in the last few months. I had to see myself as someone who enjoyed working out. Like, it's a non-negotiable. I just literally tell myself I'm an athlete. And I know, I don't care if that sounds crazy or hyperbole or whatever. I tell myself I'm an athlete. I love going to the gym. Gym's always been a part of my life. And it has to an extent, but I've been really into my Pilates lately. But I had to tell myself, like, yeah, this is something that I do. I don't battle myself when going to the gym. Because why? Because it's just who I am. Because I fucking decided it's who I am. I decided I'm a person who works out 4 to 5 times a week, and I do. Don't make this difficult when changing your self-concept. If you always see yourself as someone who gets cheated on, you're going to continuously get cheated on. Your outer reality will reflect your subconscious beliefs about yourself. Now, you might have to put in a little work for this. And what does work look like when changing self-concept? Work looks like catching your thoughts. The work looks like embodiment. The work looks like if you think you are a person who makes $1 million a year, and I'm not saying there's not millionaires who schlep around, there are, but when you see if your identification with someone who is a millionaire is something like regal and they dress up and they look good everywhere they go, they look cleaned up, they look polished, start doing that. Start embodying those traits. Don't be schlepping around, because it's probably a little bit more difficult to change your mind about a millionaire than it is just to make yourself look cute every day. You get what I'm saying? So figure out what it is that you want, figure out your desire, and then start embodying whatever your version of that person who has that thing is. That's like a hack. That's a really easy way to do it. Now, if you want to slob around and you're that person who's like, I can be a millionaire in spite of this, like, that's great. Like, do your thing, do your crusade. My point is, if to you, an athlete or someone who's in shape wakes up at 6 every morning and goes and works out, start being that person. Eventually you can change up things, but initially when you're changing your self-concept and who you identify as, do the things that you think that person would do. That's the simplest hack. You'll be able to manifest whatever the fuck you want. You'll be able to keep whatever you want of your manifestations, because sometimes we get our manifestations and we're like, meh, change, because we are constantly evolving and growing, but look at how powerful you are. The self-concept thing, I mean, it's amazing. When I tapped into that and started changing that and working in that field of like who I am, things changed rapidly. So anyway, we'll talk more about self-concept. This is a little intro, a little taste into it. So I think over the next few days, just examine, who are you? Who do you believe yourself to be? because these are all just boxes that we've put ourselves in and others have put us in, and we don't have to be defined by them. Do what you want to do. If you love who you are and what's going on, then perfect. I love who I am and I love what's going on, but I also know I desire different things as well, and I'm enjoying the ride and the movement forward into those things. So I love y'all. Observe your surroundings. This is not about beating up on yourself. It's just about observing, learning, and deciding where you might want to make changes. So I offer that to you today, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.